Nation, here we are. On the brink of another Game 7. But you know what? It shouldn't have gotten there. And I know I'm going to see people say, oh, it's blatantly obvious penalties. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, those are people that, A, just don't like the Leafs. And you're probably Lightning fans, because I'm betting there's tons of those guys here. But if you watch the replay of those two big penalties in the third period, the first one I'm not so sure about. The second one is a damn joke. And we'll get to that. But let's start in the first period. I have no notes in front of me. Absolutely squat. I watched this game from second one to the final minute to the final goal, where the Tampa Bay Lightning win it in overtime. And the Leafs are on the brink of elimination again. Game 7. This time it's going to be different, though. Game 7 in Toronto, right? Full fans. Oh, we've never seen that before. I don't care. Honestly, I'm talking about this game. And let's go to it. First period. Alex Kerfoot, I don't know, coming out of his own zone. Drop pass. No-look drop pass to nobody. Oh, wait. Andre Palat. And he picks it up and fires and beats Jack Campbell. A blind pass to nobody. An awful turnover. And you're down 1-0. And in that first period, the Leafs don't give any chances. The Lightning are leading 1-0 after the first period. Even though the Leafs played a pretty good period, right? Getting it in a lot of the passing lanes, doing a really good job limiting the quality of chances for the Lightning. However, because of a massive mental blunder, you're down 1-0. And we go to the second period. Leafs get a power play. They don't get a whole lot going on the power play. Ilya Mikheyev, right, second unit comes out late in the power play. And Mikheyev tries into the zone, right? Tries to go for the cross-seam pass along the blue line. It gets picked off, and in comes Cirelli, one-on-one with, I can't remember who the hell it was, but he stops up, spins, and fires and beats Jack Campbell. A short-handed goal. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, isn't this just Leafs-esque? Why not? You play an incredible 5-on-5, right? But you give up and a horrendous goal 4-on-4 and a shorty. Just why not, right? Just why not? But all on, the Leafs weren't done, right? They're not going to give up, right? Even though we've seen it a lot in the series, the Leafs have given up. However, not in the last game, in Game 5 in Toronto. However, then not long after that second goal, point shot from Giordano, maybe, Riley, one of the two guys. And it's deflected in by Austin Matthews. Leafs back into it. It's a 2-1 game. And I'm like, okay, there's still some time left here in the second period. Let's see what happens here. Leafs get a chance. Great little board play from Kasha to get it to Spezza. And then I believe it was Spezza who came in and gave it to Tavares on the far side. And he fires it on. It was a horrendous play by Vasilevsky. He goes up in the air. He tries to swat at it. Actually swats it in. It might have been going in anyways. But either way, he swats it in. And, hey, we're tied at 2 here with less than a minute to play in the period. It's like a 30-odd seconds to go. We're right back in this. Then, 20-odd seconds later, 8 seconds left, John Tavares, of a nice feed from Willie Leemander, he buries it, and the Leafs got a 3-2 lead after 2 periods of play. They dominate in shots in the second period. They win 3-1 in the goals category. You're 20 minutes away from punching your ticket to the second round for the first time since 2004. And in the third period, if you go to my Twitter, I was counting down the damn minutes because I'm like, this clock cannot go fast enough. But about midway through, behind the net, I can't remember who it was. David Kampf. High sticks, was it Cal Foot? And if you watch the replay, he high stick the shoulder pad. Now, I don't know if on the follow through after that, excuse me, that he got the face or anything. But again, like I mentioned right off the top, ridiculous penalty because, Cal Foot, his head goes right back like he just got shot. Okay, well, that's a penalty. Okay, damn it, I'm on the phone with my buddy in the second intermission. I'm like, the one thing this team cannot do heading into the third period is take a damn penalty. You got to play 5-on-5. They dominated Tampa 5-on-5, but the special teams have killed the Leafs. And they take that penalty. And I'm thinking, no, this is not going to happen. And the Leafs do a pretty good job in the first bit of that power play, right? Puck goes down to the other end. Victor Hedman picks it up. Alex Kerfoot hounding him like a dog. And Alex Kerfoot, excuse me, puts a stick on top of Hedman's. Not a problem. However, Hedman then brings his own stick up, which brings Kerfoot's stick up into his own face. And that's a penalty. And I'm like, hold on a second here. In a playoff game, an elimination game, the third period, it is a 1-goal hockey game. And you are going to give this team a 2-man advantage for basically 2 minutes? Like, are you blind? This whole series has been power plays galore. The last 2 games have had double digits combined. What kind of playoff hockey is this if you're not going to allow anything to go? Right? And they call those. And I'm like, well, you're basically giving them a goal here because, like, why not? Young Dave from the bench is on just losing their marbles. And, like, so, Leaf fans, okay, so what we need to do in Game 7, just start throwing your heads back like you're getting shot all over the place. And I guess you're going to get a million high sticking calls because that's what was happening at third period. And anybody's going to say, well, they're clearly penalties. If you watch the replays, like I said, the first penalty I'm not so sure about because it got the shoulder pad first and then it went up higher. It might have clipped his face. I don't know, but then his head went right back. Fine, it's a call. Okay, whatever. But the second one, his stick was on top of the guy. And then he lifts the stick up into it, and it rides his stick up right into his own face and hit him right in the neck. And then Hedman goes, whoa! And that's a penalty. And I'm like, are you... In a do-or-die game, you give a 2-man advantage in the third period. Like, it's just a joke, man. And then, then they tie it, right? Kucherov scores, whoop-de-flip-and-do. Leafs are mad because of the chin strap thing. Elliot Friedman makes it clear in the overtime period, intermission that it's legal, apparently. So whatever, I'm not gonna complain about that. Then we go to overtime, right? And the Leafs dominate, but we've seen this before. I believe last year against the Montreal Canadiens, I can't remember which overtime it was. The Leafs just flat out dominated. It was like 10-1 in shots. They were just onslaughting Carey Price, but they lost. And it happened again in overtime. The Leafs get the million chances. Vasilevsky, after that Kucherov goal, is like, I'm going to be a brick wall now. And that's exactly what happened. And then they get the overtime goal, Braden Point scores, and we got another Game 7. Leaf fans, I don't know what to say. We can sit here and get mad at the team if you want. Like, yeah, the shorthanded goal was awful. The Alex Kerfoot mental blunder was terrible. And maybe the over-aggressiveness of Kerfoot on one of those on that third period penalty, maybe, but like it wasn't a penalty. I'm sorry. So there shouldn't be any debate. Look, if he was overzealous and lifted his own stick and went right up into his face, then I'd be losing my mind on Kerfoot because it's like the guy has cost us so much in the game. But it wasn't a penalty. And I honestly, I as much as I've been yelling and I have no voice and I'm still not feeling the greatest, still kind of fighting this. So plus losing the voice, it's just a double whammy here. The Leafs played a phenomenal hockey game. They really did. We can sit here and say, well, here we go again. They played a fantastic game. Like every opportunity they had, that Tampa had offensively, Leafs were getting their stick in the lanes, turning them over, right? It was just incredible to watch. And for it to end like it did, it's just sickening. It really, really is. And I can speak for every single Leaf fan when I say the confidence now, it's way down. Now, look, the reason I say that is not because of how the team played and how this team has been playing this playoffs. No doubt about it. They've been phenomenal. I'm proud of these guys. But another Game 7. And we have seen year in, year out, year in, year out, Game 7s never go well for the Leafs. No matter who you're playing, in what barn, it doesn't matter. Now, the only difference between this one and every other playoff round the Leafs have had since 2004 is they're going to have home ice in Game 7 with fans in the stands. That doesn't really mean a whole lot because they got to go out there and play. And I'm nervous again. I was nervous going into today. I felt like it was a must-win game because you did not want to face the beast of a Game 7. We got to sit here for 2 days and think about a Game 7 again. It sucks, man. It really does. The Leafs played the better game today. The Tampa was great early. They didn't allow any offensive chances for the Leafs. They had some chances. They obviously got the first couple goals. But then the Leafs turned the script. And in the second half of the game, the Leafs dominated. Until the third period where they started to play defensive, which they didn't do a bad job of. They did a great job in the first half of the third period. But then the 2 penalties came about, and then the tables turned. And the sport, I'll wrap it up with this. Hockey is a game of bounces as well, right? It really is. A lot of shots that the Leafs had in the third period, especially late in the game when it was tied, went off the shaft of Vasilevsky's stick. You really think he meant to say, here's the knob of my stick, go get it? No, obviously not. But the luck, it's a game of inches, right? Just got to clink it off there, clink it off there. They had some great chances in overtime to the Buds, and then Michael Bunting gets the elbow in front of the net, and there goes the head back. He falls down, but no call. And I'm like, okay, sure. Not long after that, Brayden Point scores, and the Leafs lose. I'm not going to talk anymore about this game. I did all that with 0 notes. I usually have a paper sitting right here beside me with all the notes, who scored what, this and that. I got nothing. Because I didn't really need any, I don't really need any notes to describe my feelings and what happened during today's game. You know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and are angry and scared again for a Game 7, smack the like button. We appreciate that. If you're a Lightning fan and you love the game and you love listening to me yell and scream, hey, smack that like button anyways. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Twitter link is down below, so follow us, send me a DM to like great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jay's Edition, tomorrow as they're in Tampa. Great. I love being down there right now. Face it off against the Rays. The Jays are playing terrible right now. Let's see what happens in Game 1. I don't know. Kevin Gosman gets the ball for the Jays. I believe it's Rasmussen for the Rays in Game 1 tomorrow night. And as for the Leafs, Leafs Nation, here we go again. Game 7. Leafs Lightning in Toronto. Saturday night. Would have been picturesque to win it today because Kawhi Leonard, 3 years ago today, did it to Philly. But it didn't happen to the Leafs today. Game 7 goes on Saturday as the Leafs look to exercise their demons yet again in so many different ways. 1, to move on to the second round. Number 2, to exercise the Game 7 demons. We said that today about this game, about exercising the demons in round 1. Now we're making up other excuses. So let's see what happens on Saturday. All right? And I'll be talking to you guys on Saturday no matter what. I might be very happy, or I may have another garbage bag on my head. We will see what happens, all right? So, you know what, guys? Thank you so much for listening and watching. Even though I've lost my voice more as the video's gone along. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight, but not the result. We'll talk to you guys then.